Yo, we back, man. We back, and we don't know how to act. I got a crew in the house, man. I got Promo in the building. I got Chef Jerome in the building. We about to cut up, man. We got some news you can use. We got some Shannon Sharpe news. We got some news about Belichick. We got some news about Shedeur Sanders, and we got some Syracuse news. Who's gonna step up and be the big dog? Syracuse is doing some big things, and I want to put a spotlight on it. And I think Bill Belichick is trying to take a page or two out of Coach Prime playbook. He's supposed to be the guru and all this and the Super Bowl whisperer, but it looked like he's taking the page out of Coach Prime playbook. So we about to get to it, man. Bringing my guys to the stage. Y'all, we got a power-packed show. I don't know if LG in the building. Is LG in the building? LG might be at work. But and y'all leave a lot of stuff in the comments, man. Y'all let us know if we off track or we on track. And if we have anybody on the show that starts capping, we're gonna say stop the cap. Stop the cap. What was your take on this about Shedeur? They talk about him, he might go to the Steelers. Like, what was going on? I didn't see this on first take. So what was going on?
Yeah, so the Shedeur situation, man, it just gets crazier and crazier by the day. But as I start to like really look into it and see what's going on, first and foremost, I think it's God's plan. But there's a lot of evil associated with it. But as far as this picture right here, you know Snoop Dogg, big Steelers fan. Stephen A. Smith, big Steelers fan. And they was on the show today just talking about like they want Shedeur Sanders. You know, they don't care nothing about, any of them other quarterback, Jackson Darts and all that. They want Shedeur Sanders. So you see, it's kind of like 70-30, man. It's crazy because prior to Shedeur becoming draft eligible or declaring for the draft, everybody seemed like it was a lot of love. And there was some hate, but the hate has just like went to a different level. So I'm confused on like why is it that like these guys like Snoop Dogg, Stephen A. Smith, who fan of the Steelers, they like we want him, we want him, we want him. But there's so many other people talking about he gonna be a bust and he trash and the team don't want him. And they even had that thing come out yesterday saying, one of the scouts or one of the assistant coaches said he had the worst formal interview that they ever seen. So it's just crazy with the Sanders stuff, but it's good to see brothers like this on the show, Snoop Dogg, Stephen A. Smith saying, nah, like, we don't care what y'all talking about. We know how talented the kid is, and we want him.
All right, so let me add to that right there. So with the terrible interview thing, that might be what team was that?
See, it's random. They didn't say what team.
Exactly.
They
So
didn't say
now,
nothing.
said that's the Browns, right? And I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
go to the Browns. Yeah, I'm gonna go in there and have a sit down, slunch down in the chair, and looking to the side and check my phone, and because I don't want to go to the Browns anyway. Like
For
how
sure.
Coach Prime, the Giants wanted him to come in there and sit down, and he said, "What pick y'all got?" They said, "Pick 15." He said, "Man, I'll be gone anyway. Hey, I got something to do," and he left. So the Giants would come out and say Coach Prime was disrespectful, he a bad interviewer, all that kind of stuff. But he wasn't planning on going there. He didn't want to go there, and he knew it was picking too late for him anyway.
True. Well, do you think it's Shedeur and them doing this, like what you just said, or is it the people
Now,
trying to steer the pot?
the other side of that take is we've been inside the Colorado bubble. Like I was like this when I stayed in Atlanta, and then it's like this in DC, like places they call Chocolate City or whatever. It's so many black people in this city where we don't really have to deal with the stuff that people in Charlottesville got to deal with in West Virginia, and because there's so many, our neighbors are black. We don't have to really be around a Karen. We can go the whole, like in Atlanta, you can go a whole day and probably don't see no white people if you stay in your hood.
Yeah.
So we have been inside this Colorado fan base doing shows, watching. Think how many platforms you watch now that talk about just Colorado stuff. Like I don't watch ESPN and stuff like I used to.
No, we don't need
Yes.
to.
So we've been engulfed with people that's kind of revolving around Colorado. Now the whole world is talking about Shedeur because we got so many outside interests in Shedeur, and there's some fans that don't like Shedeur. It's some fans that live in Texas that don't like Shedeur. He beat their high school team. He beat TCU. He beat Texas Tech. You know, like so. He beat Baylor. Like I don't like this dude.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't want him to be the quarterback for the Cowboys or whatever. So you now you're hearing all the other people that didn't pull for Shedeur throughout the whole season. We're hearing their voice now. And before, I think we was closed off from that.
Yeah, no, that could be a good point, man. Um, That's as I'm going through the comments. They just be so crazy, man. But if he were to fall to the Steelers, I think that would be great. And this next slide is right on cue. So Shador featured in a new Gatorade ad. We already know he had NIL deals with Gatorade, and they saying many people believe he gonna be the face of the NFL. I truly believe it, man, and I think that a lot of the hate, the negativity towards him has a lot to do with this, man. Like this guy is no matter what, even though Travis Hunter won the Heisman, and yeah, we hearing a lot of talk about Travis as well. But every channel, every show, every where's Shedeur Sanders going? What's going on with Shedeur Sanders? Is he QB2? Is he going here? Are the Giants going to try? He is going to be the face of the NFL, man. Especially if he lands in Pittsburgh. Just because he has that villain and hero. He's both. And in order to be the face of something, you got to be both. Everybody can't like you. Everybody can't hate you. And I just think he's next up for that. And I'll say this point too. A lot of these head coaches, in my opinion, they're afraid to draft Shador because they know that if things aren't going the right way, regardless of how Shador is playing, Coach Prime is outside that door. Not in regards to like, hey, get stuff together with my son, but he finna take your job. And I think that there is a fear with that as well. Even though Prime
Oh,
said he's not
you
going to the
see,
NFL.
Rome, why you doing this, Rome? Why you doing this, Rome? So now, see, y'all see what Rome doing? See what the chef is cooking up? He's trying to create a narrative to where Coach Prime is going to leave Colorado and go coach Shedeur. See what you doing, Rome?
Look, he's got not. It might not be next year or the year after that. He might even fulfill his 5-year contract. Who knows? But Coach Prime given an opportunity to go and coach his sons at the NFL, have Shiloh on his team, get Travis Hunter in free agency. Bruh, there's no way. There's no way he passing on that, dog.
Hey,
There's no
hey,
way.
hey, in the chat, y'all let us know. Do y'all think Coach Prime will ever coach his son in the NFL? Y'all let us know, or do y'all think he's going to retire at Colorado? If you think he's going to retire at Colorado, hey, put retire at Colorado. Or if y'all think he's going to the NFL, y'all drop NFL down in the comment.
Let us know, man. And don't forget, there is a team in Colorado that he wouldn't have to. He can still retire in Colorado. Just might not be at. It just might not be at the University of Colorado. But if he don't want to move his
It might
house
not
or
be a
do none of
Boulder,
that,
huh?
they can still bring everybody back to Colorado, man, where this thing really maximized. But yeah, I think Shador gonna be the face of the NFL. You can go to the next Shador slide. I thought this was pretty cool, and if y'all haven't checked this interview out, man, y'all should go check it out. I honestly think, in my opinion, is one of Shador's best interviews, man. I really feel like he's at peace. A lot of times in Shador interviews, you see like he's defensive, he's uptight. You can tell he got that big chip on his shoulder, man, because he's been disrespected a lot, and some people can deal with it to a certain extent. Even him, who's dealt with it his entire life, like he has to master it, man. Prime mastered it, I believe, but even Prime, get in this feeling sometimes. And I think a lot of Shador's interviews, um, he comes off as like, dang man, like you could tell the kid's in his feelings. I think with this interview, he was nice, he was relaxed, he was chill. I think he had peace with whatever happens. He knows he's not going number one. He knows he's not going to be the first quarterback off the board now, and I think he's just at peace. Like whatever happens,
Yeah, but
happens.
how does he know that? Has Tennessee already did a deal with Cam?
I mean, he knows Cam Ward.
No,
Everybody knows that Cam Ward is going to be the first quarterback off the board, man. Like
we don't know
it's
that because somebody could trade up.
if they trade up, they trading up to get Cam Ward. They not trading up to get Shedeur because they could sit where they at and get Shedeur. So you're right. Somebody could trade up, but if they trade up, Cam Ward gonna be the first quarterback off the board. Shador's still my QB1, but nonetheless, I think he's just at peace with everything that's going on. This was a really good interview. It's kind of mixed reviews in the comments. A lot of people saying, "Man, this is the greatest interview ever." Then other people was like, "Oh, he's slow," and I see why teams don't want it. But this is
I,
one of the best interviews I've seen to him. So y'all should go check it out.
I'll try to leave this interview down in the description, y'all. Y'all go check on it, man. I'm trying to leave
Yeah.
it down there. All right, another thing. If he goes to the Steelers, I didn't know Daz. What's the running back name? Davenport or
One day, who is this? Some Davenport. I know you're talking about.
okay, yeah. So he left. He's gone in free agency.
No, you must be talking about Najee Harris.
Yeah, Najee. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
Najee.
Najee. I think he went to the Chargers.
Yeah, so he's out of there. So
Hmm.
now the Steelers are gonna be a pass heavy team. That's right up Shedeur alley.
Yeah.
But does that win games? Like that's one thing that I would say. If you think about the Steelers, they had nice wide receivers, all that kind of stuff. But they had Jerome Bettis, they had Le'Veon Bell, they had the guy that just left. Who we were talking about?
Yeah,
They
Najee.
always had nice backs that ran the ball well.
Well, they still got their back because Najee, he had kind of took a back seat to, I think his last name is Brown, if I'm not mistaken. But they got a running back over there that they're extremely confident in. He's a more of a smaller back, scat back. He can run through the tackles, but he catch the ball out the flats. A lot of games he was getting more carries than Najee. So I think they still set on running the ball for sure.
So you're 100% sure they're not because they got Aaron Rodgers.
Hmm.
You're 100% sure they're not going to have Aaron Rodgers this year and get LeJounte running
Man.
back and show up that running game.
Yeah, I don't think I think Aaron Rodgers is done, man. I think if Aaron Rodgers was going to play football, he would already be on the team. He'd already be reporting to camp and ready to go. He's done. He's not playing football anymore. Somebody had to offer him a crazy deal. I think he wanted to be with one of the New York organizations. Both organizations passed on him. So I think he's done playing football. But check this interview out. It's crazy because the interview was with Max Crosby. Everybody know Max Crosby. He played for the Steelers. Also, a little backline on this, like, how is Max Crosby doing an interview with Shedeur? Well, Max Crosby's younger brother went to SMU, and him and Bucky were roommates when they went to SMU. So they got a good relationship with the Sanders family. They've known them since Bucky was at SMU. So they family done spent time together and they know each other. So that's how he got this interview. But we don't know if the Raiders gonna take him or not. So just to wrap the Shedeur stuff up, I would love to see Shedeur in Pittsburgh. I think that'd be the best place for him. Also, like I said, if Travis is going to the Browns, that means him and Shedeur playing against each other 2 times a year, which would be must-see TV, which would be crazy. You also got Lamar Jackson in there. You got Joe Burrow, who Shedeur been compared to, and he can kind of compete with. And then you got what the heck? You got Steelers, Ravens, Browns. Who else is in there? Steelers, Ravens, Browns. Bengals. Yeah, those are the 4 teams. So I think that'd be a great division for him to go to. That division is one of the best in football, and he go there with all them weapons. It's gonna be a perfect fit for him. He'd have to follow 21 and lose out on a
Oh,
lot of
Steelers, Ravens, Browns,
and Bengals.
and Bengals. Okay, all right, okay, all right.
I think it's perfect because Travis Hunter going to the Browns, man, and him and Shador get to play each other twice. It'll just be magical. But what I'm gonna say about the Shador stuff, man, it's unfortunate what's happening to the young man. But I think he's built for it. Because all year long, bro, even when last year ended and he was coming back, it was like he gonna be the first person off the board. It was like that all year long, and we get here, and now they talking about him falling to 21. But like I said, he fought to 21. Just think about how crazy that's gonna be. 21, the number 21, and you get to go to the Steelers. The Steelers also had another Colorado quarterback, Cordell Stewart. So it just all makes sense, man.
Oh,
Sometimes, sometimes you got to fall. You got to fall to really get back up and be able to elevate. And I think that's what's going to happen.
now
Um,
what pick do the Steelers have?
they got 21.
So do you think I think the Steelers gonna have to move up to get Shedeur.
Yeah, that's what people are saying. That's what they were saying. But now they're saying, like, he might fall by farther than that. And, like, the Giants could trade back up at 26. It's a lot. But I would think, me personally, I don't think he's going outside of the top 12. Um, but yeah, who knows, man. But yeah, that's my Shador. I'm praying for the young man, man. I think he's done everything. He's put in all the work. He deserves to go in the first round. If we got quarterbacks like Kenny Pickett and Josh Rosen and like these dudes going, like, come on, man. But it's a lot involved with it. But I'm rooting for Shador, and I hope he goes to the Steelers.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the NFL is packed with quarterbacks now. Ever since the dual threat quarterbacks became a real thing, now you got quarterbacks everywhere because you got your pocket passes and you got your dual threats. So you got a bunch of elites and you got a bunch of mids, but a lot of these mids, kind of like Baker Mayfield, I put him as a mid. Look how long he's been in the league, so he's had time to develop and grow. So his mid might be better than a rookie elite.
For sure.
You know,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Put in the comments where y'all think Shador should go and where y'all want to see him end up and where y'all think he gonna end up.
Hey, real quick with that Shedeur thing, it's possible that they might trade up because I keep hearing rumors about them moving TJ Watt.
Oh
Mm.
dang, they gonna move out TJ Watt?
Well, I think he want more money, so I think they might be moving on because the Falcons been talking to him about a trade, and the Commanders. I'm hearing the Commanders are looking for a trade. But if they moving up, they can move up real far if they put him in a trade package. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if they got TJ Watt as trade bait, boy, they they mess around getting the top five.
Yeah, yeah. Mm.
Okay.
And
Okay.
that'll free up some cap money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that won't be all bad. All right, promo. You came in with a
I
nice.
mean, think about it. If Cleveland got TJ Watt and put him on the other side of Myles Garrett, you don't think they'll trade that pick for TJ Watt?
Yeah, they'll
Well,
trade
they
that
kind of
pick.
did that a little bit with
Yeah,
Clowney. They already kind of did that. They had Clowney and Miles Garrett, and they balled out. But
yeah,
the
but
quarterback play kept them from
Clown,
being.
Clown ain't no TJ Watt, dog.
That is true. Clowney, but Clowney nice now, but he ain't no TJ Watt. That is true.
Right.
Oh, Rome, let's do a segment real quick. Talk about me being on the show last night with Coach Hayes, so I can plug that video again because a lot of people didn't watch it last night. Um,
Perfect. Yeah, I want to get on you about that. Go ahead.
Hey, bro,
hey,
you
Rome,
you saw
go
you
ahead.
saw his lips were poking out when his
I
camera
got
kept freezing.
I got a screenshot of that. I'm about to send it to her. You got to see Coach Hayes. Coach Hayes, friend, he like rubbing his chin too. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
what these dudes got going on over here, man?
Hey, hey, Coach Hayes, he froze up, rubbing his chin.
Yeah, you was pucking your lips. I said, oh, these dudes wildin', man.
Oh, well, so yeah, we was on there last night, and how did? Okay, Rome, yeah, you heard what Coach Hayes said last night about Coach Prime, and you see why I said what I said about my Vick.
Yeah.
Like during their day when they was on the field, Coach Hayes agreed with me. Mike Vick, because he touched the ball every time and he was the face of the Falcons, he was promoted like by the NFL, by the Falcons, and he the times he had the chance to affect the game was so much higher than Coach Prime. That's
Mm-hmm.
why I was saying he had more hype than Coach Prime. Not saying he's a better nothing. It just the camera was on him more. So a lot of kids, they just know what's in front of their face. You
Yeah.
know,
Nah.
to appreciate Coach Prime, you had to understand what a lockdown corner was and who Jerry Rice was and who Michael Irvin was and what he did when he switched this team with that team. You know, why him and Andre Rison was fighting. Like you had to understand, like when he was on the helicopter going from the baseball to the football, like how people, some little kids like, I play baseball and football. What? That ain't nothing. You know, little kids don't really understand it, but grown people do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think, and I even said that in your chat or his chat that, Vic touched the ball every play, so it was, and this is a quarterback-driven league, man. But Vic, he, excuse me, changed the game in a lot of ways, man. He was really the first of his kind who could run like that and still spin it, still throw, 50, 60-yard passes down the field, dog. So he was Showtime, and I put him up there with Prime in regards to like hype on the football field. So I ain't going against you on that, man. I think Vic was, he was on Prime level when it came to that for sure.
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel about the take about the retired jerseys and stuff? And I didn't know what's his name, Rick George. That's the
Hmm.
80. I didn't know he has been in Colorado since the 80s, bro.
Really, I didn't know that either.
He was there when they brought in them kids, when they brought in Cordell Stewart and all that. He was on the staff then,
Mm.
like an
I thought I
assistant.
thought he was acting on Saved by the Bell. Rick George ain't Mr. Belding.
No, no.
Oh, oh, he was at
No, hey,
Colorado. Okay.
yeah, that's why I was giving him so much praise because he really the only AD in college football that hired 3 black coaches. That's why I give him his respect.
Okay, all right. Well, see, we was kind of getting on him a little bit because the retirement of Deion Figures jersey, Cordell Stewart jersey, like Shalom jersey, it took him 17 years to get his. Hell, the dude made it to the league at 19. It took them 17 years to retire his jersey. Like,
Yeah, but
what we doing?
he wasn't the AD then though.
Yeah, he
So he
probably had that pull.
But
yeah
he's been the AD after that, and that's what
right
like why they ain't made it right. Like right now they could have made it right when Deion Figures. Like I haven't seen Deion Figures or Eric Bieniemy in the building since Coach Prime has been there, and I know Deion Figures look up to Coach Prime. So like I don't know if they had bad words or something, and the relationship got tore, but we was just wondering like, okay, Shedeur and Travis jersey getting retired, but when they started talking about Shedeur and the Hail Mary and all that kind of stuff, they showed Cordell Stewart his Hail Mary.
Yeah. How long has Rick George been the AD is what I want to know because
well the last 3 hires he did so
So it's been there. He's been there for a decade.
so if you do okay, a decade, Colorado has been. I think they had a good 2016 season. He probably could have did something then. But aside from that, I'm not doing no jersey retirements when the stands half empty and the team and the program is trash. Now, what I really think they should have done, and I haven't heard nobody say this take, why not bring a couple of them dudes back and retire them at the with Shador and Travis? Like
And
it
see,
didn't. I think if they would have just not made it about Shador and Travis, but added like people that was missing, Cordell and a couple other guys, to it, did it all at the same time, I think it would have been more received by the public if they would have did it that way.
now that's what I said. I said they should have brought Deion Figures back and retired the two because he had what number two at the same time. Like
Hmm.
so, that's retiring the two from defense and offense. Like
Yeah,
boom,
yeah,
like that would have been cool right there because now numbers are interchangeable. It's like somebody
yeah.
can have on offense and somebody can have on defense on the same team.
But I think with Cordell Stewart, the reason they can't retire his jersey because they just got their 5-star quarterback who wearing number 10. So
Yeah, 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 yeah.
you can't really retire him and you like, well, Juju wearing 10. Like, so it was
But
a lot that went into it, man, to where like it was just some stuff that wouldn't have made sense. And then now that I think about the figures thing, like you retire Shador, he number 2. So
and Jerry Rice
I
was number
understand
two.
both sides. Like you could have been okay, we do this on offense and do this, but people be like, man, what is y'all doing? So
But Jerry Rice was number two. But Deion Figures played back in '91. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He been out the league for a minute, so they could have been retired that jersey if they wanted to. They just didn't. But and I'm gonna say this: when they first went to Colorado, when Coach Prime went there on the private jet, when they left Jackson, it was a number 2 guy. It was a painting in the hallway, and I was like, "Who the hell is that number 2?" I'm like, "That's Jerry Rice's son." But I'm like, oh, okay, now that was Deion Figures. So they had him on the wall. So that's something George did for him. He had him on the wall, but you didn't have a some kind of honoring process, like the Ring of Honor. Put him and Cordell and all them in that. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is gonna open up eyes, and I think it's gonna be changing. Like we as not America, just people in general. Like we always try to celebrate people too late. Like I see it right now with LeBron James. Like nobody want to give your flowers to you. Like it's too late. So I like this approach of doing it, right now. So, but what problem that's going to stir up is like the people that you missed. So, I think this will change to where they're like doing people right now, but they'll still have to figure out like how to involve the people that they missed or skipped over. So, I think that's what they got to still try to figure out. So, maybe you do the new people and like we were just saying, mix in some of the old people and just do them all at the same time, but they got to figure it out. But I like celebrating people right now.
No, I agree. But check this out. I think one thing a lot of people forgetting about. Remember when Prime first got there? What's my man name that didn't get his Thorpe Award trophy, the wide receiver? He went and got it for him.
Oh yeah, yep,
You see
yeah.
what I'm saying? So that's why I was shocked when they was trying to criticize him for what he did for Travis and Shedeur. I'm like, well,
Hold on. Back up the bus. Back up
what
the bus. You talking about a guy that didn't get a
Westbrook? Yeah, Michael Westbrook. Remember when Prime first got there? He didn't have it. He never got his trophy.
He won it, but didn't get the trophy.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
for real?
Yeah,
Prime got Prime had a trophy made for him and put in the trophy case, and he got one at his house. So he's not just doing stuff for his kids. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
and he didn't. It wasn't even his idea for this. Like it was
Right,
Rick
right,
George.
right.
Yeah, so
Exactly.
all right, so that's what we're saying. It's like, okay, Rick George had the idea to do this, but he ain't had the idea to get uh was Westbrook his trophy. Yeah.
Yeah, Rick. As much as we want to, I don't know if you cut off or that he was done talking, but you cut out. Think you cut out.
Yeah, he could have.
What I was gonna say is Rick George he see dollar
Right
signs,
now.
man. Oh,
Right.
go ahead. You back now? You got to start over. You cut out.
Okay. I was saying this whole thing is some players are getting love. Coach Prime is showing love to guys that didn't have trophies and getting them trophies. But Rick has been there the whole time. That's really not Coach Prime's job. I'm glad Coach Prime did it. But like, why hasn't Rick taken care of the old players? He got the mindset to take care of the new current players, but you should take care of the current players and the old players at the same time.
He's the AD man, and the AD, the A stand for always thinking about, and the D stand for dollars. Like he knows if he do the right thing right now with Prime and his players and his boys, he gonna get Prime to stay. Them dollar signs gonna keep like it's all about money. Like bringing in retired Westbrook and them jerseys, like that one gonna have no financial gain for him. And I honestly think Rick George knew there was gonna be controversy with him retiring these boys' jerseys this early, and Colorado was gonna keep getting talked about, whether it was good or bad. And I think that's what Rick George is at right now. Is he don't care how people are talking about him, whether it's good or bad, as long as they are talking about him. I
Yeah,
think that's Rick George's mindset, dog.
I got you. All right, so moving along, we're gonna move down here to my man, promos man, old Bill Belichick. Let's get to it. Oh, Bill Belichick. All right, so Bill Belichick has left. He retired from the NFL, went to North Carolina. He's kind of making noise in North Carolina for good and bad stuff. I feel like he's stealing a lot of things from Coach Prime. He's and it's not a bad thing. It's a smart thing, y'all. Like if you see something like the NFL is a copycat league because everybody trying to copy out the person that's doing the best. So right now, everybody giving Coach Prime his praise, and Bill Belichick, he's running with the same stuff. Be a pro. Like he's pushing these guys, thinking, okay, you come here, I'm gonna help you be a pro, right? We got hold on now. We got some guys leaving his camp, some starters and stuff, some big time guys that was on his team, they leaving his camp. But we also have Colorado guys jumping in the portal, going to North Carolina. So I want to know from you guys, is Bill Belichick doing a great job over there, or is Bill Belichick too old and he's trying to get his swagger back by bringing his young girlfriend out there? And you know they're saying the young girlfriend is kind of distracting stuff. She's out here on the field. This Bill Belichick and this guy having a conversation. Then she just walk up, and once she walk up, the guy he kind of step aside and start playing with his phone and doing little stuff like that because he don't want to be in the way of a man and a woman talking to a relationship kind of conversation. But they on the football field. This is a place of business right now. Why you out here with your pumps on? So people, they saying she giving Bill Belichick life. I mean, he's out, he's going to parties and stuff, but he's still coaching. He's still coaching people up. He's still getting these quarterbacks like on the right kind of page. I heard his interview right here. He was talking to this guy. He was telling him how to read the defenses, and he was telling them how to read the clock to make sure y'all got enough time to set everything up. So I'm listening to him. He coaching. But I also realized this is being filmed, and then another cameraman walked by with another camera. So like, God dang, they got multiple cameras everywhere. Like Bill Belichick is not playing. My man been out at parties. I mean, not a party. He was at a hockey game, and it was kind of, he got cheers and he got boos at the hockey game. So we don't really know what that means. There was some people saying there was some fans from different NFL teams that was booing him, but some people they kind of in their feelings about this young girl. She's 24. He's 72. So what's your take on it, Promo? Is Bill Belichick doing a great job, or is he just getting another check?
Well, I mean, you got to get a man time. I think he's doing a good job. From what I see, I mean, it's all about recruiting. You got to get your guys in there that fit your system. You know, so you weed guys out that don't want to be there, and you bring guys in that want to be there. So he ain't doing nothing no different than what Prime and all the other coaches did.
So do you feel like that's his own style?
I mean, it's college. You can't compare what he did to the NFL to college. College is about recruiting. NFL, it's about dollars, free agency, the draft. College, you can go hand pick guys that fit your system that want to play for you. You can go get them.
Yeah, well, I'm saying the stuff about like with the cameras and stuff. You got cameras everywhere. He's mic'd up. I never seen Bill Belichick mic'd up.
Well, I have inside the NFL. He's been mic'd up before, but I don't think that's his style. But he knows in order to recruit these college kids, he has to adapt to doing that. Yeah.
So all right. So that's my thing. Inside the NFL, that's part of his NFL contract. He's obligated to do those kind of. When they come, he's obligated. But now he's running his own show right now, and he's still opening it up.
Right?
Is he doing this because he's trying to get ahead of the curve?
No.
Or is Chapel Hill forcing? Because I don't see Duke coaches.
Think about what you just said. His girlfriend's how old?
24.
I guarantee you she's running his social media stuff. So she probably telling him, hey, you see what they doing in Colorado? See this? Kids pay attention to the internet. So, you know what I mean? And he's doing it because he wasn't doing that stuff in New England. So, I guarantee she's showing him running his social media stuff and all that.
I wonder where did they meet? Did they meet on Plenty of Fish?
Hey, him and it's like 3 owners got young wives like that. Because don't the Patriots owner got a new young wife? Yeah.
Oh, crap.
It was probably her friend. Because I
remember Because remember when he got in trouble with that massage parlor crap.
Yeah, I remember that. So why do you think these guys are transferring out of there? Because I hear a lot of players say it's not fun playing for Belichick. You think these guys are transferring out because they want to have fun?
It ain't hey, Belichick about winning. All them players in the NFL that was complaining about not having fun, was they successful when they left the Patriots? Because Belichick kept winning. He replaced you. You don't want to be there? That's fine. He gonna go get somebody else, bring him in, win another Super Bowl.
He ain't keep winning after Tom left.
Thank you for saying that. Because
No,
after Tom left,
no, it
Tom
wasn't.
kept winning. Bill was just getting a paycheck.
You know how many coaches they done lost? The Patriots after Brady
But
left.
they ain't left Tom Brady, dog. Belichick couldn't win without Tom, just like Mike couldn't win without Scotty.
Because Tom didn't have none of them coaches in Tampa, and he still won.
I mean, he had Grunt. He had some of the players.
He had one player.
And see, that's another thing. Like Grunt retired because he was like he couldn't have fun with Bill Belichick like he wanted to.
Grunt just want to drink and party. Belichick wasn't having
let me get my Belichick take real quick before y'all go too deep into it. I think I said it from the jump, man. He's not gonna stay in college long. He's probably upset and disappointed that he signed that college deal so fast. But I don't think he's gonna stay in college long. The college game and how it's set up, you know, the Patriots don't play their players. So with this and coming into the NIL era, he ain't finna be paying these players, dog. Like it's just not gonna work for
well,
him. And
no,
he's already a stickler. Go ahead, promo.
I just want to throw something back at you. He was one of the first ones to pay a quarterback NIL money. What you talking about?
Who, Belichick? Everybody's gonna pay for a quarterback though.
No, but
Like
he don't pay for a couple because they just brought in another quarterback.
yeah, he understands the importance of the quarterback position. But we also know that
Yeah.
even with the Patriots, he never really brought nobody over there, man. Aside from Randy Moss, they not bringing in no receivers they not paying nobody no money in
Exactly.
New England. So
Exactly, because they knew how to draft the players that he wanted.
exactly, but in
So in
college, you
college,
don't get the draft. You gotta,
you get to recruit them. That's even better.
but they want money. What I'm trying to say is they want the bag. It ain't
That
if he would have came into college about 10 years ago, he would have been able to
no,
kill the game. He probably would have been able to compete with Nick Saban because everybody gonna want to
nah,
go play for Bill Belichick. But now that he has to spend money on these players outside of the quarterback, when he was in the NFL and had that
no,
unlimited money he wasn't spending it. You think he
no,
finna come to college
exactly,
with this
exactly.
budget and spend the money? He ain't
Think,
spending the money.
bro, think about it. Think about it. What two coaches had the most success with the less talent or talent that they drafted versus going to buy championships? What two
Correct.
coaches come to mind?
I agree with you. I'll just
Uh,
touch on it real quick.
Bill
Belichick, but
Belichick.
in the draft,
and Popovich for the Spurs.
I agree. But when it comes to the draft, a player can't determine where they're getting drafted to.
No,
If you're a good scout, which Belichick and them were, they had a great
exactly.
team. But
Right.
listen, promo, let me finish my point so you can see where I want to try to get to. When you're drafted, you scout somebody, you're like, the Patriots were notorious for finding diamonds in the rough, finding gems, because they knew, okay, this player is perfect. He fits our system. We can draft him. Gronkowski didn't get to decide where he wanted to get drafted to. But if Gronkowski is in college and Belichick come to his door, or he could go with Cristobal in Miami and have fun, he's not going to go play for Belichick. So that's what I'm saying when it comes to these college players. Yeah, they can scout them and know who's good. But if these people don't want to come play for you, they don't have to. And that's where he's going to run into his issue at, is because a lot of these cats, they're going to want the bag.
I
They're going to want the
disagree.
bag.
I disagree. Think about it. Everybody don't want the bag.
90%
Think
of them
about it.
do.
No, they don't. Look at all them guys at Colorado. All them guys ain't getting no money, but they still at Colorado.
Who
All
though?
the
What top players ain't getting the bag at Colorado? George
all the
Seaton,
all the players.
Juju, all them top players getting the bag, promo.
No,
I,
I'm not. I'm not talking about the top players. I'm talking about. Think about it. He didn't have the top players when he was with the Patriots. He won 7 Super Bowls. Popovich
That's
didn't have
because
the top players. No,
they were
but
good
listen,
at
listen.
scouting. They were
No,
in the
but
weakest division in football,
no,
which
they
means they
wasn't.
were guaranteed a
No,
playoff spot every
no.
year. And now, when you guarantee the playoff spot, they were also guaranteed home field advantage. So that means they only got to win 2 games to get to the Super Bowl. And then when they
What?
get to the Super Bowl, they had some questionable They never just beat anybody bad in
What?
the Super Bowl.
It doesn't matter. They won.
I understand that, promo. What I'm saying is they had an easy path, and
No,
I
they
give it to
no,
them.
they
They were
didn't.
great at
No, they didn't.
scouting, diamond in the rough. But like I said, in the draft, you get to pick who you want to draft. College football nowadays, people have to want to come play for you, dog.
But you proving my point though. These kids in high school don't have a bad reputation of Bill Belichick. If he go to that high school, oh, this is Bill Belichick. He coached Tom Brady. You think he gonna be able to get some players to come play for him?
I
Gronk,
agree, but he gonna have to pay him.
he's not.
Oh my gosh, promo. Okay,
Everybody in college ain't getting paid, bro. But you missing my
Well,
point. You see how Belichick scouted them players? He scouted Grunt. Them Grunt wasn't no high they cited player in the NFL draft.
shit. Go look at
They
Gronk stars in
no
high
no
school, dog.
no. Listen to
Gronk
what I'm saying.
fell in the draft.
No, but listen, exactly my point. Every team wasn't high on him like that. So all I'm saying is Belichick is going to be able to get some of these 2-star, 3 stars and make them guys gel and play team football and win. He's going to be able to win that way. He don't need a bunch of 5-star players. That's
Yeah, you
what
do.
no, you don't. He didn't have that with the
College is
Patriots.
different than the NFL, promo. I'm telling you.
No, it's not, man.
If you got a good offensive line and a good quarterback, and you can run the ball and got a good defense in the NFL, you can win games. And that's what the Patriots were.
If you know how to scout talent and you can get some diamonds in the rough that aren't trying to drain you for $10 million NILs, you can build a good team. And he has an eye for talent. I'm telling you.
You know, that's going to
now I'm
take
Telling you,
telling
time,
you,
though.
watch.
Go ahead.
who's
Big
this
Sir.
quarterback that he just brought in? Because I don't know this kid.
He got 2 quarterbacks. He brought the quarterback in from UCLA. He got the guy from South Alabama, and he had a rookie quarterback, 4-star he brought in. I think he brought in like 4 quarterbacks. They got about 6 quarterbacks on their roster.
Now, to Promo's point, I just had a kid on the stage that turned down $750,000 in high school.
Right.
He's a sophomore. He turned this down so he could stay at whatever school he was at.
And they was offering him that just to change high schools. He said no.
That's not enough information. His uncle could be the head coach of the team he's trying to stay at, or that team could already be paying him $700,000. So extra $50K ain't gonna We need more details, dog.
No
We
high
need
school
more information.
team ain't playing no kid no $750K.
If this team was finna pay him $750, how you know that ain't nobody paying $7? What's the name was getting paid? Nico was making $1 million in high school
from Tennessee. It was documented. Tennessee was paying him that.
So you don't think this kid get no money at all? At all?
That would have been documented if he was getting paid already.
So he not getting no money. He turned down $750,000.
He turned out $750,000.
Stop it, man. Stop it. I can't wait till the real details of this story come out, and we're gonna circle back on this.
I put the video in the chat.
Ain't no way this kid ain't getting a single dollar and turn down $750. If he did, somebody need to find his daddy and slap the hell out of him.
It ain't about the dollar, bro. I'm gonna break it down to you.
Promo, you in high school. It is about the dollar.
No, let me finish. Check this out. Remember the Nebraska quarterback?
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know that dude, he was all world in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Putting up phenomenal numbers. He came down to the dirty South. His numbers didn't look the same, dog. Georgia we play football down here.
Remember what happened with him?
Remember the first game? Bro, he was getting outplayed by other quarterbacks that wasn't even rated.
But what happened with him?
We play defense out here.
He still went to Nebraska and still got the bag.
He would have got more money if he'd have stayed up there putting up the big numbers. You come down here in South Georgia, these boys play defense. You're not just gonna be able to drop back and throw 5,000 yards.
He still went to Nebraska and got the bag. So
his uncle's at Nebraska.
Exactly.
He was going to Georgia first. Georgia ain't paying no bag.
Man, look how much they talked about this kid at the start of the season, dog. Like he still, regardless of what he did, he still talked about a lot.
I'm not disagreeing with that. What I'm saying is his NIL value would have been more if he'd have stayed where he was at. versus transferring schools. Like they tried to get this kid to transfer, and he's like, no, maybe that system don't fit him. You see what
Okay,
I'm
so
saying?
y'all say so. This is y'all son right here. Let's just say this is y'all son. What position he play?
I think he played the end.
Defensive end.
Defensive end. So you're not a quarterback. You're not a wide receiver. So the system don't matter. It ain't
Yes, it
no the
does.
system don't fit you. You a defensive end,
Yes, it
dog.
does.
Go get the
Bro,
quarterback and
some
contain the edge.
some
What you mean
defensive
system?
some defensive schemes drop their ends back in
Promo.
pass coverage.
I
He may
don't care.
he might not be a good in pass coverage. He just want to rush the
Man, that's
quarterback.
it's not worth 750,000. So let me just go, y'all. I want y'all to be honest too, not just for the show. Be honest. If this is your son and he in high school, not getting a single penny, like y'all say he not right now, not getting a single penny, and some high school come to say, hey, if you transfer to play for us, we gonna give you $750,000 right now. What are y'all gonna tell y'all son to do?
I'm not gonna tell my son to do anything. That's his
Okay,
decision.
okay, Big
I got
Tiger.
a
What you gonna
job.
tell your son to do?
I mean, we're gonna sit down. We're gonna go over the pros and the cons, and
Right.
if it makes sense, because you got to think about 750,000 after taxes and all that, it's
Yeah.
gonna kind of get knocked down to like
Yeah.
around
But
like
you
the
getting
400 and something.
you getting
So
$0 right now though.
I mean,
It don't
I got
matter.
you, but see, that's the thing. The pros and cons. We don't know if he gets zero. We might can talk to
Oh,
the
now we
current
don't know if
school.
he gets 0. When I
That's
just
what I'm
said
saying. You
that,
might can talk to the
y'all
current
said
school.
something else.
No, I'm saying
No.
I sit down with my son and say, hey, let's weigh the pros and cons. And if you want to stay at this school, let's see, can we get them to give us a little something, because we can just use this other school offering us all this money. Even if we get 50K, that's still better than nothing.
Right.
So I would go back to the other school and ask them, let's see, can y'all kind of match something or whatever, see what they can say. If they say, well, we can't do that, but we can do this. The kid already want to stay there and he got a little extra, that's cool. But I wouldn't just snatch my kid out and say, okay, there's 700. We're gonna go jump card 700. We got to look at everything, like get him
Right.
forth to school in the morning, like because this kid ain't even old enough to drive yet. So I'm gonna have to take him to school and all this kind of stuff. So we have to talk about all this stuff to make sure it makes sense. And sometimes you can't just transfer like that. These schools, they can go to the school board about it, and sometimes these kids lose eligibility. So we have to talk about all this stuff first before we just take the money and run.
But
Okay,
my
now let me
but my
get my answer. I'm my son leaving. I don't give a goddamn what if my son is leaving. We're taking that $750,000 right there because that might be the only money you ever get. And even if it's not, and you're good enough to go to college, you're good enough to go to pros, that's gonna happen regardless of what high school you are at. The high school does not matter, dog. It does not matter, bruh. If there's somebody's offering you 750,000 and you a defensive end, man, 99%. Y'all lying right now too, but it's okay. We'll let y'all. You talking about if the school, if I go to the school and be like, can y'all offer something? They give us 50,000. We're gonna be cool with that. When I could have 750,000. Like y'all both hard working men, dog. Ain't no way y'all turning down 750,000 for your family's generational wealth. There just ain't no way y'all doing that when we talking about high school football. There's no way y'all doing that.
Well, let's say like he could transfer. Okay, let's say if it was my hometown and he transferred from Valdosta to Lowndes because Lowndes gave him the bag. Valdosta can go in there and file
You froze up.
matters. Now you fall off the. Oh, did I
Yeah,
back
you
yeah,
up?
froze up. You
you
froze up.
froze.
But every time I start talking, but like in my hometown, we got two big high schools there. If that happens in my hometown and he try to transfer to the other school, if he don't stay in that county in that region, we red line. So if you're
Right.
not on that side of the line where you're supposed to go to that school system, they can send that up to the school board, and then he can lose a year of eligibility. So if
Right.
that happens, now my son falls off the map because he don't have no stats this year. Yeah, we got
Yep.
the money, but he don't have no stats this year. So some schools might look at that as a red flag and pull off him. So
Well,
I
somebody
wouldn't
offered
just
750,000. They done did their due diligence. They know he could transfer. They know that he could play for them that year. They know he not sitting out. Like, there's no
No,
way I'm gonna say I
you
give you
don't know that because
750,000.
no,
the dude
they don't know
before
that.
offered all that money and he didn't
Right.
even know he couldn't write the money off on his taxes. So
Right.
That's
sometimes these
different than
big
knowing
wigs,
you could play for the team. Like that's
But
I'm
he
saying the
don't
school that's
know if he can
offering him
play.
750, they're not gonna offer him 750 if they're not for sure he could play for them next season. Like y'all don't think they done the like I'm gonna give you $750,000, but I don't know if you gonna be able to play for us next season. Like make that make sense. Like come on now.
a lot of these people, these deep pockets, don't even know all the ins and outs. They just know they got
Right.
money and they've
Right.
been pay their way through other stuff. They feel like they're gonna do it again now. It don't matter. I got money. But when these fans get behind this stuff and they get in their feelings and these coaches and they start following these different grievances and all this kind of stuff, it can end up turning into a long rabbit hole. I mean, it was another kid that was playing at a school where you remember the kid that was at Colorado that transferred to Charlotte 49ers.
Yeah.
It was a defensive end on his team that supposed to been going to Georgia. He wanted to transfer and come to Valdosta. And him and his stepdaddy had got into a fight. So he was going to go move with his sister to Valdosta, and they blocked it. They wouldn't let him play.
Was it in the middle of the season?
Nah, it was preseason. It was before the season. This dude actually domestic violence. But I'm saying in these big football towns in the South that really love their football team, they'll do everything to block you. They'll hate. They'll do.
Yeah.
Garcia came to our school.
Yep.
Big time quarterback.
Bro.
He over at Eastern Carolina right now. He just jumped in the portal.
Yep.
But he got blocked. And he left our school and went to a school in Atlanta, and they let him play. Now, in Atlanta, it's a little bit more relaxed because there's so many schools, and there's really no real powerhouses. But in all those small towns, we the powerhouse. So everybody don't want us to get nobody.
Right.
Well, even if my son got to sit out for a season, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm gonna let my son make the decision, but I'm also gonna try to persuade him to take that money, dog. This is life changing for me.
We
your
cannot.
mama.
We
see me
cannot
going to
let
work every
Rome get in
morning.
the same room with P Diddy.
No, listen,
Rome at all costs.
no, y'all, because y'all capping, y'all lying, there ain't no way y'all not taking 750,000. Y'all lying, but it's cool. We can act like
no, but it ain't about me. That's my son. I got a job. I'm making money. I want him.
Hell
I don't want none of his money. He need to learn to save his money.
This is what I'm gonna tell my son.
Money.
Son, listen, this money right here can change our lives. Now, I understand you want to stay, play with your homeboys, and do all of that. But what's our goal, son? What's the goal here? The goal is to get to the NFL, Dad. Okay. So if you go play at this school, are you still gonna get to go what college you want to? Yeah. Okay. So if that's the case, why not? Because you're gonna have to go to college and leave your teammates anyways. Why not just do it a little early, get $750,000, and you still get to try to achieve your dream, which is going to the NFL. My son will be like, "You right, Dad. You right, Dad."
But
Rome said we capping right now. Y'all let us know. Are we wrong for trying to make the best decision for our kid? What if this kid got a girlfriend here that he been with since his 7th grade year? Now he got to leave his girlfriend.
See, that's y'all problem. Y'all let these women ruin y'all life. That's y'all problem right there. I'm leaving. I'm leaving, dog.
But
y'all believing.
Not only that, think about this: depression. What if he get to that new school and his play falls off because he's not happy there? He's not happy. I'm saying he's not. Hey, he's not happy there.
What's gonna happen when he get drafted to an NFL team that he don't want to play for?
No, that's different from high school.
It's the same thing, dog.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Sometimes you got to play where you don't want to play.
No,
to benefit your family.
No, it's little kids, bro.
These ain't no little kids. If somebody offer him $750,000, that ain't no little kid.
Yeah, this ain't no little kid promo.
No, these are kids. I'm gonna give you an example.
This ain't no little kid.
I'm gonna give you an example. Jaden Rashada, his daddy done effed up his whole career, chasing the bag. Oh, we getting this money. His daddy taking the money.
But that's different. His daddy taking the money. That's a flaw with his dad.
He did the same thing.
His dad is taking the money. That's a flaw. That's a flaw within his dad's character.
You just said, I'm gonna tell my son this money for us.
It is for us.
Okay, Jaden Rashada dad got that money for them. And now look, he done been on 4 teams.
No,
he go to the NFL.
He got the money. He got the money for him.
Ron's trying to go flip some houses. Ron's trying to go flip some houses. Ron be like, look, son, Turn around. I'm gonna do a abracadabra. I'm gonna make this money double. You watch it, son.
See, y'all cap, bro. Y'all don't understand how tough
No,
it is for
no, it
African
ain't,
American men. Y'all understand how tough it is for African American men to ever see this amount of
Look,
money
bro.
in
You
their
don't know.
lifetime.
I
And
You
if
know,
don't
my
I
know.
know,
son
I
could
know promo light
hold
skin.
on.
I
You
know
don't know
Wait.
what we
promo
talk.
light skin, but hey, it ain't that. Look, hey, hold on. I know promo light skin, but he's still an African American dude. He understands the struggle now.
Exactly. So why the hell I'm gonna leave $750,000 on the table? Get the hell out of here. Ain't no
It ain't.
way.
It ain't
But
always
hey,
about
to
the
each
money,
his
bro.
own. We can all have different opinions and stuff like that. But I ain't gonna force my kids to do a lot of stuff. But I'm forcing myself to take that 750,000. Shit, you crazy as hell. You crazy as hell.
All right,
Because
y'all,
if you
moving.
want
Hey,
seven
moving
hundred
on,
fifty
moving on.
thousand, oh, go ahead,
Hey,
move on, move on.
we gonna talk about Fran Brown and his Pena situation right here. So Pena supposed to be going to Miami this week and see if Miami they tricking the bag off real good over there. So he finna try to see if they gonna splurge on him a little bit. They gonna make it rain on him. But Fran Brown say he moving on. Fran Brown say, look, I'm not gonna pay no wide receiver no $2 million. You're not gonna make more than my staff.
Think he fell off again.
Yeah,
The
you
Can
cut
internet.
y'all,
out.
can
There you
y'all
You
hear
go.
cut
me?
out.
Yeah, you cut out.
All right, what's the last thing y'all heard?
I'm
I'm
not gonna
not
pay
finna
no
pay
wide
this.
receiver.
Yeah.
All right, so Fran Brown said he's not gonna pay any wide receiver and more than his staff members, especially when you're not like first round kind of talent, right? So he's bringing in this guy right here. Now, y'all don't know if y'all remember, this guy got into a back and forth. He got in his feelings when Travis Hunter decommitted
From
from
Florida
Florida
State.
State.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he went to Jackson. He got into a little back and forth with Travis Hunter. You know, he was riding extra hard. Mr. Williams was riding extra hard for Florida State. Now he is into the transfer portal. Now he is into you're going hard at Travis, and that's why I try to tell these guys, don't get too in your feelings about these teams because these teams will lock you out the building. They'll arrest you for being on the premises. That's not your team. You know what I'm saying? That's Jerry Jones' team. Cowboys ain't your team. That's Jerry Jones' team. But they're trying to replace my man Pena with one of these guys, either Williams or the wide receiver that was at Texas. Then he went to Washington. Now it's a guy from Georgia, and he got a tight little name. His name is Nitro Tuggle. Nitro Tuggle. So he's thinking about going to Syracuse too. Out of all these guys that's in the transfer portal, who do y'all think would be the best fit for Syracuse?
Well, I don't think they bringing them dudes to replace Pena because Pena was a slot guy. Them guys ain't slot guys. The freshman Uno is gonna get them snaps that Pena was getting.
Nah,
That's who's gonna be in
I
the
don't
slot.
think Uno. I don't think Uno's no slot guy either. Uno is
Yeah. Uno like
he's
five. He's short, dude.
no,
That
he's
dude,
6'2". He's 6'2".
man, that dude ain't no 6'2". Go look at that dude. Look how short that dude is.
Bro, look how big that dude's feet are, man. That dude's
Bro,
6'2".
man, look how little that dude is. Have you seen him at practice? Like he ain't no 6'2". He was by some 6 foot guys. You know how they be getting you a couple inches? Like they tried to get Travis Jenkins to do a couple inches. That's why they moved him to corner, because he was a safety. That dude's short, man.
I'm hearing he's supposed to be playing safety.
No, he's a corner. I just sent you the papers. Fran Brown said he can play. He's starting at corner, and he gonna be playing wide receiver. They're gonna let him play wide receiver too.
Now, I'm gonna show you something that Fran Brown is doing too. He also got a guy, and you watch Fran Brown footwork. And I don't know who the guy is over the state of Florida, so it might not be Fran. It might be another guy. It might be Nick Williams. But Northwestern, y'all know what Northwestern High School? Who was the coach
Yeah.
at Northwestern High School? That was Teddy Bridgewater.
Yep.
Teddy Bridgewater. So look, they got a 5'10" wide receiver from there. And they
They
also
loaded that
got that
receiver.
small running back that came out of
Yeah.
Virginia that's 5'10" that clocked like a 10 something in the 100.
Yeah. They got
I
a
think he
receiver
broke the
that did
record.
that too. They
I
got a
think
receiver that ran a 10.
Yeah, I think he broke the state record. So You got 2 wide receivers that coming in, and I don't know what the speed is on Johnson, but I'm gonna
Oh,
tell
he
you something
fast.
that was smart about their staff. This guy's from Miami, Florida. Look at this defensive end from the same high school,
Yep.
Miami, Florida. See, they brought teammates up, so now they can room with each other. So now they still feel like they connected to home. They don't feel like they just totally out of place. You know what I'm
And I
saying?
and I think that end
You
was the number one end in the state of Florida. I think that's the guy.
Mm. And they got a big D lineman, 6'6", I think 327.
Yeah.
That's from Marshall. He's
Yep.
from this area too. So they racked up. They got a lot of guys that they bringing in. So
you cut out. Yo,
Yeah. Yeah.
you cut out. So Tiger,
uh,
you cut
all
out again. But
right,
before you go to that, I think what y'all saying is they bringing in people that know each other to make it more comfortable. I think it's
Right.
another school that's them been doing that at an extremely high level for a couple years now. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I could be wrong.
school name Colorado.
Yeah, yeah. I think we done not bring in somebody that you know. We done bring in somebody you're related to. Multiple occasions. We got the Wade brothers, the Hood brothers, then the Doko brothers. So we been doing that. But it's cool. It's cool. We give Fran Brown them a little credit. You know, they doing what they gotta do. But yeah, we been doing that, man.
I mean, I got you. I got you. But you see, these guys, they not brothers, but they from the same team. So have Colorado done that yet?
Yeah, they brought in cousins from the same team. They brought in Jimmy Horn and Xavier Weaver from the same team.
Yeah, I get you
Uh,
that.
they done, like I said, they've been doing it, man. But you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah. I get you that. And they trying to
Yeah.
bring in Love and
But I
Cole
mean,
Hood. They were both from
but
Auburn.
but they. I mean, Fran Brown said he talked to Dion all the time. That they give each other advice like that. I mean, when Fran Brown was at Georgia, he brought in 3 corners from Miami. So I mean, he ain't just started doing this. Why? How you think Georgia was getting all them corners from Florida? That was Fran Brown.
Yeah, yeah. And that was one thing that we struggled at for a long time in Georgia. Our corners, besides Champ Bailey,
Yep.
our corners was trash.
Yep.
So, but which one of these wide receivers y'all think will land out of the transfer portal? I'm putting my money on the Georgia kid
I
because he's
think
been in Georgia for a few years and he hasn't got in trouble.
it depends on who's asking for money because he already said he's not paying no $2 billion. So if they chasing the NIL, they not coming.
Now I kind of feel like the Florida State guy could come because he's a big body guy. He was a highly ranked. I think he was a third.
He was a 5-star.
Yeah, he was third ranked receiver in his class.
Yeah.
And Fran Brown helped Pena change his career around. So if
Yep.
he can go there and get his career changed around, this is last year. So he got to
Yeah.
make it work this year.
how did
Yeah.
he play at Florida State? Was he good?
Well, they ain't got no quarterback.
I think he only got like one touchdown. Now he had a quarterback his sophomore year.
Who?
He had the
The
quarterback from
dude that took him to the thing that went undefeated.
and they
Yeah.
brought in 3 wide receivers.
Exactly.
him.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't get a lot of burn because they had receivers. They had big time receivers. They got a boy transfer from Michigan State, that 6'7" wide receiver, and it was another guy.
Yeah, they got a guy from South Carolina transferred in.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's the
they
thing
was
about
loaded.
it. They had to go get them guy because they didn't feel comfortable with him.
Yeah, but I can't really say that because they didn't have a quarterback.
Promo,
Before-
we just addressed that.
No, he came from Louisville. That quarterback transferred to Florida State from Louisville.
When they brought in all them wide receivers, they had a quarterback that year. And he took them.
No, you're missing my point. What I'm saying, that dude freshman year, Travis was not there. The quarterback that transferred from Louisville was not there.
I got you.
So he didn't have no quarterback to put
But
up
his
the numbers.
sophomore year, he did. And they felt like they had to bring in some wide receivers because they didn't feel like he was good enough.
But see, you're missing my point. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying you're missing my point. Because he didn't have no quarterback, they assumed they didn't have no wide receivers, so they went and got some more wide receivers. but he didn't have a quarterback that can get him the ball. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, I got you on that, but I don't. Just like Keyshawn Johnson said. Keyshawn Johnson said, I played in the league for 11 years with 17 different quarterbacks, and I still got my numbers. If I'd have had one quarterback, I would have had better numbers, but I still did me.
That's NFL. That's different. Everybody in college can't play quarterback.
I feel you. But when Travis was there, he didn't get a lot of burn. He had one touchdown the whole time he was there.
Because they brought in all them other guys.
But that's what I mean. When he brought in all the other guys, you couldn't compete.
Well, let me ask you a question. Like, if you take over a school, right? The coach came in. You're gonna bring in your players. You don't care about none of them guys on the roster. You're gonna make sure you bring in your guys, and your guys gonna play like Dion did. He brought in his guys. Bringing in his guys.
But Florida State didn't bring in nobody.
Yes, they did.
Jay Norvell or what? Mike Norvell, whoever the Norvell.
They had a black coach.
No, he was the coach.
Mike. Bro, they had a black coach before him.
But he been the coach for 3 years, Pro Bowl, maybe even 4. Okay, so he been the coach the whole time this dude was there. So how did he bring in his player? He brought this dude in.
He pointing at it right now. He happy. Look,
he brought him in. So what do you mean he brought in his people?
Was that his freshman year right there? That picture they took?
I think that was him.
It would have to be, yeah, but he still brought him in.
No, him and Travis came in at the same time. So that's been more than 3 years. What are you talking about?
No, Travis only played 3 years, dog.
Travis at Jackson State.
Travis only played 3 years.
He played 1 year at Jackson and 2 years at Colorado. So that's 3 years. Yeah,
but wait, no, you say he's a sophomore, right? What year is that wide receiver?
No, he finna be a senior now.
So he couldn't have came in with Travis. If Travis got one more year, Travis got one more year.
Yeah,
Travis would be a senior if he played this year.
Oh, I thought he'd be a junior. So he didn't redshirt. I'm thinking he redshirted for some reason. When he had that injury at Jackson, I thought maybe they put a red shirt on him.
Hey, you know we're gonna tell you, Promo.
But still, I mean,
we got for you, Promo.
This dude was a 5-star wide receiver, bro.
Start the cap, Promo.
That dude's a 5-star. He can play.
He a 5-star, 1 touchdown in college, and he been in there for 3 years.
He ain't getting the ball.
Hey, okay. The guy got the ball. That was there.
Okay. Hey, we finna find out. We finna find out, right?
Yeah, we'll find out.
Because I can put him in Old Miller situation.
But Old Miller been balling. He got more than 1 touchdown.
No, it's the same thing.
He scored 3 in a game, dog.
You missing my.
You can't put him in the same boat.
You missing my point.
Brought in guys. They bringing in guys.
They brought in guys for Miller, and he ain't on the field. That's the point I'm trying to make. That's the same argument with this guy.
He was on the field.
He broke his leg.
Look at the guys they brought in, Promo. These dudes going to the league.
Oh my God.
Well, he broke his leg, Promo.
These dudes going to the league, Promo. Like, it's different, dog.
Everybody didn't go to the league. Javon Antello ain't in the league.
Man, we not talking about them. He was a freshman. You talking about the guys they just brought in last year.
He wasn't no freshman. He was starting over Old Miller. No, he was not.
No, I'm talking about Old Miller was a freshman. I'm talking about Old Miller was a freshman.
It doesn't matter. He was better than number 4.
Okay, so you just made yourself look lost if you say he was better than him.
No, I didn't. That proved my point. He should have been playing, but they had somebody playing over him, just like that dude at Florida State. He was a 5-star.
This dude got to play last year, and he ain't do nothing. Didn't he get to play last year, Promo, or no?
Who was his quarterback last year?
It don't matter who your quarterback is.
Yes,
bro,
it does.
It don't matter, bro. You should have more than 1 touchdown if you that guy. If you're a 5-star wide receiver.
Jerome, you really gonna do this?
Bro, Staub came in and threw 2 touchdowns to Travis in 1 game.
To Travis.
So yes, exactly. A 5-star receiver. A 5-star receiver.
Staub is not a bad quarterback.
So you telling me that Staub is better than
Okay,
DJ.
I got one for you. No. I got one for you since you want to do that. Who remember the quarterback that said that slick stuff about Shedeur? He ain't throw no touchdown passes.
What quarterback?
The quarterback that was at Colorado. That said that slick stuff about Shedeur.
Series. He played 1 series.
Exactly.
Promo.
So imagine if he'd have played that whole game.
But he did it.
That's my point.
Staub is not better than Florida State's quarterback last year. He's not.
You don't know that?
Yes, I do know that.
What did DJ? DJ, you
on,
had
man.
one good season at Clemson,
Bro, stop. So
That's
stop
it.
better than
No,
DJU now,
no,
promo.
DJU had a good season at Oregon too, Oregon State too. That's how you got a full
No,
state
So
gig.
stop better than
no, he
DJU now,
didn't.
promo. Go ahead and
No,
say it on live so we can
Stop is better than DJU.
Hey, with
Okay.
that being said, let's move on to our last story of the day. Mr. Sharpe.
Shay Shay.
Shannon
Shay
Sharpe.
Shay got a pay.
Shannon Sharpe. So now this is the second time Shannon Sharpe has gotten sued by somebody.
Exactly. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Well, I ain't gonna necessarily say that because like one story they said Shannon Sharpe moved from LA to Vegas. Now you know in Vegas prostitution is legal, so you can pay in Vegas and it's legal. She followed him from LA to Vegas, so that means she wanted this. You don't follow somebody to a whole nother state. Hell, if you scared of somebody, you don't move on the same street they on. You gonna follow him from one state to another state?
I disagree with that.
And she
I'm gonna
sent
tell
him a
you what.
text on some, I want you to put that big black baby in me. Now that's a lock. If she get a baby, now she got money for the next 18 years.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me ask you a question. How many dudes you know that don't have money that Shannon Sharpe got that's abusive or does crazy stuff to their girl, but they got a young girl, but that young girl won't leave them?
But if you're afraid as the girl, why would you
They won't
follow
leave. They won't leave, bro. I'm telling you this from experience. They won't leave.
But at the same time, if you are a victim and you were sexually assaulted, why are you filing a lawsuit before you file criminal charges?
Yeah.
Why if you was really a victim and you sexually assaulted, why is you going for the bag first before you file these criminal charges? Because sexual assault is a criminal charge. So why is you filing a civil lawsuit if you're a victim?
You have to have, the lawyer said you have to have, like, to prove somebody criminal, like you gotta have evidence. They never went to the doctors, never got no sex, no date, you know how they do them rape tests and all that. None of that stuff ever happened.
And you know why it didn't happen, promo? Because it wasn't that. And you can't say the R word, promo, on YouTube.
Oh, my bad. No, but you don't know that. Like, we don't know.
No,
Bro, he's never came out and said I never did that to that girl. He had said that.
What did that to the girl and actually doing it to her when she didn't want it is two different things. Like,
bro, in the court documents, she said no. In text, he texting back and forth with her. When she said, I was mad at you because you didn't put on the condom and you stuck it in my butt, and I didn't want that. And I said no. He didn't deny that. Because y'all looking at the $100 million, but y'all not looking at this happened in February when he offered her $10 million to keep quiet. That was way before he signed this big money deal. So why are you offering money if you ain't do it? Jay-Z didn't offer no money.
All right, but the reason why he offered the money, from what my understanding is, he offered the money to make it go away so it wouldn't mess up his big deal.
But she didn't know about his big deal.
But he knew about it. It don't matter what she did.
No, exactly.
He knew about it.
He been doing pillow talk with her.
Yeah,
doing pillow talk with her. How you know he ain't said nothing about that deal?
Oh yeah, she definitely knew.
He's a dummy if he did that. Because think about it. If you read the transcripts, when that happened, because she was cool with everything, she was taking the abuse or whatever it was, whatever type of relationship it was fine until he got caught cheating on that live, the Instagram live that he did with Michelle. That's when she snapped on him because she said he cheated on her. Girls getting their feelings. This girl was 19, 20. You know how young girls get. So he put himself in a bad spot, bro.
Yeah, all I'm gonna say is, um, dang, I lost my train of thought. We said the
Well,
50 million. Go ahead. I'm still
hold
thinking.
on, Promo. You talking about how he got caught on live? You talking about that skit he did to make it seem
Bro,
like he
it
was
wasn't it wasn't no skit. He was really having sex with that girl Michelle.
dog?
Bro, Michelle already done came out. They already done identified all of that.
Okay.
It
Well, when
wasn't
I
no
have to go
skit.
live with Promo, when I have to go live with y'all, dog, you know how many buttons I got to press to go live?
Exactly. And that's why they proved he was lying. He kept trying to deny he wasn't lying, that it was an accident, and then he finally admitted that he did go live. He admitted that. He tried to lie and say it was an accident, and everybody was saying, because remember him and Cam was going at it because he got mad because Cam called him out, and Cam was like,
Yeah,
"There's no way you could just go live if you just throw your phone on the bed." You know, he planned that.
yeah.
They
But
already
see,
done proved that.
but him and Cam selling the same product. They both selling male enhancement kind of products. Pink pony stuff that Cam selling, and whatever them things is that see, I
Hey,
don't need them things. You know what I'm saying?
Gilbert
Hey,
Arenas,
I don't
Gilbert
need them.
Arenas,
You know what I'm saying? Y'all might need them things. I don't need them. Hey,
hey,
baby.
Gilbert Arenas promoting it too. He ain't did
Yeah,
no
I see.
sex live video like that.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Instagram
give
live.
it
he got his
give it
girl. He got his girl. Um,
give it
in the
arenas why
videos
fine,
helping him
boy.
out though, and she's saying like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, you wanna?" I didn't even have to wait. So he still
Yeah,
got a woman helping him promote the product.
yeah.
yeah,
Cam do
for
too.
sure.
You see them videos
What
Cam be doing with that pink pony? I mean that pink power.
Now I seen that
Yeah,
one video
he
he
got
did.
some videos with the girls, and then they getting it on, and you know she. Yeah. That's how you got to do
what
it.
what what I would say what I would say about him trying to settle out is one, that 10 million ain't nothing compared to what he gonna have to spend in legal fees. It's gonna be upwards
but
of
he's
70, 80 million in
but think
legal
about what.
fees. Even if he's innocent,
Yeah,
to drag this
exactly.
thing out, he gonna spend 60, 70 million in legal fees. So
But he
I'm gonna
already
try to pay
have.
the 10 too. So
But think about it. He done had what I think they said he done had about 6 different lawyers since February when all this stuff jumped off.
Yeah,
yeah,
more
So
and that
time you
that's legal
start
so
fee. That's
the,
what
paying
I'm saying.
lawyers.
they
And
keep
then
quitting.
also,
So wait, but why are they quitting? Why do he keep getting different lawyers?
well, I can't answer that. But also, what I would say is, once these type of allegations hit,
Yeah,
it slows down so much stuff for you. And if he knew, like, I got this deal going, and they're not gonna give me 100 million if I gotta be off the air for some months while I'm figuring it. So I'm trying to settle out because even if there's a little truth to it, a little truth is enough for the public eye to crucify you. And
Uh,
once you get crucified in the public eye, them deals, you might eventually get them back, but it's gonna take some time, and you fall off. Nobody ain't trying to go through that.
well,
so promo.
I
So
hope he could get off on it that it's false. But I'm just looking at everything that's going on, all the details, the voice messages that he left the girl telling him I'm gonna choke the shit out of you and all that, and all this stuff. I'm like, that's not looking good for him. Because you know, a judge, you got a 20-year-old white girl and you got a black man in the courtroom and the jury, they gonna side with this girl once they hear that audio and all that shit that he was
yeah,
saying.
but the audio cut up, and like how Shannon Sharpe said, don't just play the 10 seconds.
No, he was talking about the sex tape. He wasn't talking about that audio.
Yeah,
He
I'm
was
saying he said don't just play the 10 seconds on the 6 tape, play the whole
right,
10 minutes or whatever.
right. But I
So
ain't
he's
talking about the
saying
sex
like
tape. I'm not
so
talking about
that
the sex tape. I'm
so
talking about
they
the
might
audio.
be into some kinky stuff that might be how she like it, and now she trying to make it seem like because when I'm listening to her talk on the video, it kind of sounded like she was kind of like being robotic when she was saying some of the stuff, and like she was purposely saying certain words like no means no and stuff like that. Like
Yeah, that's what Cam said. Cam said the same thing. That's why Cam said he should have been able to figure that out. Like, why unless they talk like that all the time. See, Cam said that. He said, unless that's how she normally talks, then you wouldn't be suspicious. But y'all, if she don't normally talks like that when y'all talking, you should have known you was being set up. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
So we
but
don't
like
know how they talk on the phone.
so my thing is if it's about the criminal case, is she really worried about like him getting charged for that? Why you didn't just take the 10 and file a criminal? Why you trying to go up to 50 million now?
No, that's the lawyer. You know how lawyers do. If they can get more money, they they turned down the 10 to get more money. That lawyer can get more money. He said, "Why take?" So that means either they got enough evidence or they fishing. They might not get nothing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if he win, they ain't get nothing. So they should have took the 10.
But see that. But this is the thing about it. If he win, he still lose because he still got to pay the lawyers. Like if he win, how does she have to lose?
Well, she ain't gonna get paid.
I mean, that's still like she ain't paid now, so that's still breaking even almost.
Right. No, that's true. But I mean, it's one of them situations where remember that interview he did with Monique, and Monique told him, leave them young white girls alone. Remember that?
Yeah, I think she said young girl. She didn't say Caucasian.
Yes, she did.
Oh, she did.
Because everybody know that's what he liked. And she would tell him, you need to find somebody that can cook you some neck bones and collard greens. She was trying to tell him.
Yeah. She did say something like that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I mean, so I'm like, so people knew, and he said he never saw the video, but in the court documents that I was looking at when the dude was reading it, he videotaped her without her consent and sent some of the videos to some of his homeboys. So that's why I was telling Jerome, I'm like, bro, he better hope he deleted all that stuff out the cloud, because they can pull anything. If
that's the problem.
Video, they can pull it.
That's the problem, Promo. He did delete everything out the cloud, but that's what's gonna come back to hurt him now, because now he don't have the full video to show the full thing. They got the video; they can doctor it up however they want now.
Oh, right.
So
no, but I don't think he got other videos, not the video that she's talking about that she did.
Yeah, he said put the whole video out. I would, but I don't have it, so I'm thinking he deleted the whole thing. But who knows, man?
But his friend
he need that full
it.
video.
Yeah, if his friend deleted it, whoever he sent it to, because she named the person that he sent it to. Yeah, she named the person. Dang, so I was like, Shannon. Well, but dude, let me ask y'all a question. With all this stuff going on with Diddy, right? Why would you do some of the same stuff that Diddy doing with the video and the young girl? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. You're paying for sex. They're gonna try to get you for prostitution because you're paying for sex.
But he's on that yak.
Oh, yeah, he's on that yak.
That yak make it. That yak can make. That's why you gotta be at the crib with somebody you trust, man, because that yak can have you wilding out.
Yeah. Was this done prior to the P Diddy stuff, or was this done after?
That was this year. He started messing with that girl in 22, 23, all the way up to 25 this year. She was 19. He targeted her in the gym. So the gym got cameras in there. So if they pull some of that camera footage in from what she was saying in them court documents, how he dragged out one day because he was mad at her, they're gonna see that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I hope none of this stuff ain't true. I'm like, come on, man. I'm getting tired of seeing like our big time, celebrity good guys that we assume they're good guys getting caught up like this, bro. Like, I know it's their fault, but I'm like, damn, man. It's like every time we turn around, somebody getting caught up.
Y'all know who ain't gonna get caught up like this?
Who that?
Coach Prime.
Oh, no.
That's why he need to get more credit, dog.
Yep. Well, Shannon should have been listening to him. He said, that's your boy. You should be listening to and taking that advice. Because remember, Prime used to say some slick stuff to him, too, about his ways and his dating. Remember that? When him and Ocho and them was on that panel?
Yeah.
He was trying to give him some advice, and Shannon was trying to hear it.
But let's say this right here now. Prime done had his dealings, too, though. He done. You see how the walk off during the senior day?
Yeah.
That's different, man. That's what your wife. That's what your wife or ex-wife, who you have children. That's two different things. That ain't no scallywag random. Like, that was your actual wife, and everybody know how to get with your wife, bro.
Hey, he just need to specify.
But that's what I'm saying. If you try to do it the right way, like Prime did, he got. You try to do it like Shannon trying to do it by not getting married, so you don't get got like Prime. He get got. So it's like, how do you go about not getting got?
But let me ask you a question though. Why would he target a 19 and 20-year-old?
They probably talking to him now.
No, it's in documented, bro. He targeted her in the gym.
She was probably doing squats right in front of him though, promo.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
come on,
yeah. I
man.
think he didn't pay to get
What,
her.
bro? It
She
don't
knew who he
matter.
was.
If I go to the gym and I see I can tell. You can look at somebody. No, I'm not finna be messing with no 19, 20-year-old, bro.
But she legal though, Prime. I mean, promo.
No,
She legal.
she didn't talk to him right away. He kept pursuing. It's all documented. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. So it
I'm
looks like he
personally
was
not
stalking
pursuing
her.
though. Yeah,
It
I'm
looks like he
personally
was
not.
stalking her. When y'all read them court documents, you're gonna see he was pursuing her. That's
Yeah, I'm
why.
personally not pursuing no 19-year-old,
Yeah,
especially
yeah.
once you find out she's 19. But you can't tell right away that she's 19.
Bro,
And he had to, did he pay to get her job done or something like a?
no, that's how he got in with her. He said, "Hey, if you come work out with me, do this, I'll buy you some breasts."
Yeah, once he found out she was
You see what I'm
19, he should
saying?
have ran. He should have ran, bro. Like that's
Well,
ridiculous. He
like
should have
No,
ran up out
but
of there
think
as soon
about
as
it.
he found out.
A lot of guys like to be in control, so he feel like he can control a younger chick. That's what it looks like. I'm not saying that's what it was. I'm
That's a
just
little too
saying.
young. Somebody wouldn't be 29, 30 and still I got a
I
19-year-old mindset, so he could at least got
I
somebody
agree.
30.
No, I agree. I agree 100. Like Michelle,
but
why ain't you with Michelle? Why you messing with this little kid?
but this is the other thing about it too. Like, what kind of mindset you got to be taking some a boob job from a person like that's so right there. That's showing me like mentally like it's something going on with this little chick. There's something
No,
going on.
I'm not. I agree with you, but think about it. Look at the day we living in, bro. A lot of
Yeah,
these young girls, if they can get a leg up and out, they gonna take it.
yeah,
You see what I'm
yeah,
saying? So
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. You got to be careful, dog. Like if he would have never got caught with that Instagram video, I don't think she would never filed nothing. Because remember, she didn't file none of this until that leak came out. That's when they started having issues with their relationship.
Yeah, that
So
is true.
so I'm like, you just got to be careful.
Yeah, yeah,
Got to be careful, bro.
and like I'm gonna say this and we're gonna close it down. I seen a video the other day talking about like the places that's got the highest cases of HIV and all that kind of stuff, and it
Oh
was mostly the
yeah,
big cities like
yeah,
Miami, New
yep,
York,
yep,
L.A.,
yep,
Atlanta, Houston, New Orleans, Memphis is on that list. I think Memphis is number one, but see, in
yep,
Memphis is a lot of pimping going on, and
yep.
Las Vegas is another lot of pimping and stuff going on in Las Vegas. So in Jacksonville, and I forgot the other city. I know Jackson was on the list too at one time, and Jackson, Mississippi. But
Yep.
what I'm gonna say about all this, y'all, a lot of these big baller dudes in these big cities got the money to pay these girls.
Yep.
And you remember Snoop Dogg had that song a long time ago. Everywhere where we go, we see the same.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Well, I think that was that Snoop Dogg or was that Tupac?
That, it's like three
Yeah, it's
different
like
versions of
three
that.
different people that got that
Yeah.
song. But
Because
every other
Eric,
city we
yeah,
go,
that's
I think
Snoop
that's
Dogg.
Nate Dogg. No matter
Yeah,
where I
yeah,
go,
Yeah, yeah.
I see the same. Yeah.
Yep. And then
yeah,
you got Ludacris
Or
with area
corrupt.
codes.
yeah, yeah. So with that, what I'm saying with that is these girls, they're targeting some of these high paid dudes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if y'all want to the same girls, you only need one dude, one bad apple to spoil that bunch. And if he
Yeah.
going like a P Diddy, if he going to L.A. and he going to Miami, he going to New York, and he with one of his parties, he can infect 4-5 people that night.
Yeah.
And now they at y'all party next week, and now they at somebody else party next week, and now it's just. But if they gonna hitting all these high rollers, and it's gonna trickle down because once the high rollers done with them, they're gonna come to the normal guys then.
Yeah. I mean, it's sad, bro. Because I tell you this before you go. I was in Houston and it was a story that broke. There was a guy, I think his wife's in the hospital. She's dying from HIV, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess she finally decided to tell the police that her husband gave it to her. Like this dude knew he had HIV since 2007. So imagine all the women that he done slept with, and they finally locked him up. Think
Mm.
about that. Like some people know they got it, and they being ignorant about it. You know what I mean?
Oh, and let me say another thing about Memphis. I heard Joe Mathis say this. it was a release program where men could get released early if they had a home to go to and all that kind of stuff. Somebody that would take them in. A lot of these women was coming up there, marrying these dudes and saying, "Yeah, he's gonna stay with me when he get out." And a lot of these dudes was already testing positive for HIV. So
Yeah.
Mathis, he pulled a lot of these girls in. I don't know if it was Joe Brown. I think it's Joe Brown. Which one? The old judge. Is that Brown?
Joe Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Judge Joe Brown.
So Brown, he brought all them women in. Like he had like 7 of them. He was like, "Look, there's some guys in this group that's about to be released that's tested positive. Do y'all know this?" And some of the ladies looking around like they didn't know. So that was going on in Memphis. You know, that was 10 plus years ago.
Yeah. But that's
So
them dumb fuck. I mean, them dudes banging each other, man.
yeah, and then you heard about that dude. Y'all remember that guy, the what's called dude, the booty guy that was done something.
Yeah, the booty bandit. Yeah, the booty bandit.
Yeah, he just got out. He just got out of prison the other day. They just let him out. That dude been in prison since the 70s, folks. They just let him out. 40-some years.
Yeah. Hey, he done taking everybody.
So now he finna be out here on the street. And he finna do that same stuff with unexpected regular people.
Hey, that dude said, "I love booty."
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I gotta wrap it up.
Yeah, so y'all be safe out here, man. Oh, and hey, last thing. They supposed to have a new condom that you can buy. That if you put this condom on, it's supposed to change colors if somebody has HIV.
So that might be too late at that
Too
point.
late. Yeah. No, what I'm saying, like
It might be too late. I had to
you meet
stick
a
it in
new
with my
chick,
finger on or something.
if you meet a new chick, you put the condom on, and then you can kind of see. They say it'll start glowing. So
hey, don't even put it on. Just have her have an extra one and let her rub it on her person.
Yeah, tell them put her on one of her toys. I know she got some toys in there. Go put this in there. Hey, hold on. I want to say one thing real quick. It ain't about none of this. We can't end on that, but we can end. So I gotta say something to y'all because this gonna prove to y'all that y'all was capping. So y'all know what Michael Vick just came out and said, right?
Wait, hold on. Let me take this Shannon picture down. Now, hold on. You said you gonna. All right, Ron. You said you gonna prove to us that we was capping. Go ahead.
Yeah, y'all was capping. Y'all know what Michael Vick just came out and said, and it was kind of controversial for some people, but we was with him, right? Including y'all. He said what? He said, "Come here, and one of the big time people offer you the bag, go get it." Right?
Yeah.
And y'all was in agreement with that, right?
No, he said
Hold on.
he said if you want to go get it.
Hold
I'm not gonna
on.
hold
He
you
I'm
back.
not
said,
gonna hold y'all back.
okay, but when it comes to this kid, you don't think his high school coaches is telling him to go get that bag?
No, he turned it
No,
down.
he turned it down.
But y'all don't think that his high school coaches should be telling him to go get that bag?
No,
No.
so Mike Vick said, if y'all want to leave, I'm not gonna hold you back.
Right.
They offered this young kid, he didn't want to leave. So you think Michael Vick supposed to, boy, get in this car. I'm finna take you to Clemson. Because you made a bad decision.
Hell yeah. Now, if my son in college, he had a college, I wouldn't force him to go take that back. It's cool you're at college, but you in high school, you gonna be done playing with these dudes anyways. But that's my point. Y'all was capping, bro. But we can talk
No.
about that later. Hey, on a last note, they approved Travis Hunter's dad. The courts let him. They letting him go to the draft, man. So y'all remember how Travis was crying at the Heisman because his dad couldn't be there. Well, the courts just approved it today that he can go to the draft with it, man. So he's gonna have his pops there at the draft, man. So that's dope.
Yeah. But I thought him and Shedeur wasn't going to the draft. I thought they
No,
agreed on that
Travis
part.
said he was like, shit, I'm going. Cause Prime was trying to do something for him and Shedeur, but Travis was
Yeah.
like, no, I'm going to the draft. I've always dreamed of going on stage and shaking
Oh,
Goodell's
gotcha.
hand. He like, I'm going.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. Have y'all noticed something? Since all this stuff happened with Travis and this girl,
Yeah.
it done kind of it done started. It created a little divide.
Yeah.
It really just Travis just got to be out the spotlight. And he know anytime he around Shedeur Prime, like cameras running, he in the spotlight, so he can't really hang out with him like that.
I mean, Travis is a spotlight though. Come on, man. He's a spotlight.
But he don't want to be. He only want to be the spotlight on the field. He don't want to be the spotlight off the
I
I
don't know,
got you.
bro. He got, bro. He his personality is what separates him from a lot of players, man. He's marketable.
Yeah, that's what he want to do all that with people he comfortable with, and then with nobody around, like all the TikToks and stuff. You doing all that in the comfort of your home. You feel me? So, but I don't know. I hope he get back out and let the world get to really see the Travis, man, because he's a good kid and he's entertaining, man.
Yeah, Travis is gonna be all right, man.
His
He gonna be
girl
all
still
right.
got to go. I don't care, man. See Shannon Sharpe. See Travis. Look, this hey, you do go over Unc Travis. Come on, man. Pay
Hey,
attention, dog.
hey, his girl ain't suing him.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Hey, you right about that, bro, boy. Hey, on that note, you know what I'm saying?
Appreciate y'all tapping in. Y'all make sure y'all comment, man. Let us know what y'all thoughts are.
Yes, sir. We'll catch y'all in the next show. Be going in at 10.
All right, chat.
In the house, watch your mouth. We about to get the show started. Promo said we going 12-0. LG got the ingredients for the show. Chef Jerome is in the kitchen cooking. Sexy ladies, how you doing? Good.
Coach Hay.
Big Tiger on the prowl. We will be here for a while. Georgia
LG.
Power keeps us rocking the Big 12 conference, keeping it pumping. College football, Colorado not stopping.
Know we got Buffy and Warren in the chat. Hey, how y'all like Taka do eyebrow, man?
I missed it. I didn't see it. What he put 2 parts in it?
Yo.
Hey, he put it look like that quarterback that used to play for the Steelers. What his name?
Josh Dobbs, I think.
Yeah, Dobbs. Yeah.